to share this is because I hear a lot of folks saying, oh, we're 300 million in the hole. You hear that? We're already 300 million in the hole. We're already 300 million in the hole. There's no way we can do a tax cut. We're 300 million in the hole. I just wanted you to see my movie, how I think about how much income we have, and wanted to show this with you. So we just got out of the BOE meeting. So the February numbers, they went up from December. And so the total amount that the legislature can spend in February, or for this legislative session, they can appropriate, is $12,363,526,518. But $12,363,000,000 is the appropriation authority, okay? So, how much is our income? But that would be foolish to spend this much because this is not all reoccurring income. There's some cash in there, and I'll show that with you in a second. So, what is our reoccurring income? Okay? So, reoccurring income. To me, that's how we should be thinking about this, right? If I make $100,000 a year, even though I might have $100,000 in my savings account, it would be foolish for me to go build my budget and spend my $100,000 salary that I'm going to make this year. But just because I had a rich uncle that died and left me $100,000 I have in my savings account, I should not build my budget based on $200,000 because there's some one-time cash in there that's not reoccurring income. So I always think about reoccurring income. Our reoccurring income is $11.243 billion. Okay. So why are these two things different? Okay. Well, I'm going to show that to you. The reason those are different is because the subset of this number, okay, is 95% of this, okay, and then plus 23 cash, 24 cash, and some 25 cash. So it's money that's kept held over from previous years. All right. So the 95% of our income levels, and these are going to be off just slightly because the numbers move just slightly from whenever I did this calculation. But I know that they just certified 10.806. Okay. So what makes up this number here? The total thing it's been is 10.806. There's 23 cash, 24 cash, and that adds up to 1.382, okay? And then there is another 175 million in cash called Statewide Recovery Fund and ARPA Administrative Cost Fund. So that's how they come up with the 12.363. Okay, so what you're hearing is, and let me go through expenses. So how much do we spend? So expenses are $11.1 billion. This is, if we appropriated to all state agencies $11.1 billion, nobody gets a cut. We also have in this number is flex benefit increase from last year for teachers. It's any law changes from last year. So we put another like 30 million into nursing home reimbursement rates, increase those rates. All that stuff is in there. My business courts are in there, $2 million. But that is, everybody is made whole. Nobody gets a raise. No agency gets any more money, but everybody would be made flat if we appropriate 11.1. So last year we appropriated about 12.5. I have pulled out of one-time items. So like for example, we one-time itemed $7 million for the police academy, or we did this $100 million for this, or Wallace's $200 million. We pulled out all one-time items. This covers every single agency. So my point is this: our income is 11.2, our expenses are 11.1. We're not in a $300 million deficit. What they're trying to spin and try to confuse Oklahomans to pitch what they want to happen is 10.8 would be the 95% number of this. And so they're saying the difference between this number and this number is 300 million. That's where they're coming up with that. But remember, this number is just a subset of this number right here. Here's how much we can spend, okay? Does that make sense? Here is our reoccurring income. How much is reoccurring income? 11.2. How much is our expenses if everybody has a flat budget? 11.1. Now, last thing I'll show you is savings, okay? Savings, right now, we have $4.6 billion. On June 30th of this year, we're going to deposit another $350 million in savings, which will bring us up to $4.95 billion, as long as we spent just our reoccurring revenue. As long as we don't tap into this, we're going to have, as long as we didn't spend more, this would be our savings number at the end of the year, because this 350 is coming through as of June 30th, okay? So, my tax cuts, a 0.5 point tax cut to the individual and business, as you know, is $240 million this year, okay? So then, yes, in fiscal year 27, it'll be 600 million. But guys, what you have to remember is these numbers are continuing to go up. They continue to go up. Remember, over the last 2 years, we have cut 350 million out of the grocery tax. We've got 250 million worth of the parental choice tax credit. That's $600 million, and our revenue is still going up because we are growing. So if I would put another 600 million on here, then we would just raise the expenses. We were going to be in a bad situation. I'm not opposed to investing some of our 4.95 billion, but I'm saying, guys, do a 240 tax cut. Do a 240 tax cut. Because I know we're going to spend more than 11.1, okay? I know they're probably going to spend more than 11.243. I'm just saying, let's do strategic investments, capital expenditure investments, not ongoing obligation investments. So, questions?